Greetings, sending you all some warm, positive vibrations. This is Body Culinary. And I'm going to tell you, I had like a little mini hair attack. Have you ever had a hair attack? You know what a hair attack is? It's something I just made up. I think I just caught myself having a little hair attack. So I am the person to observe my internal dialogue, right? The ticker tape of thoughts that go, through and past your mind, and also observe the feeling and the feelings and the emotions that go along with them. So I want to talk about having a hair attack. Perhaps you're somebody with very fine, kinky textured hair, like myself. Perhaps you're somebody, perhaps you're someone that's had a lot of acne. We're going to chat about that. So if you're interested, tune in to this conversation. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Body Culinary, professional chef, personal trainer, a coach to people that have a lot of fixations and self-soothing and self-comforting, aka food addictions, but it's really self-soothing with food. And I used to be a junk food junkie. And on this channel, I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, really celebrating and appreciating the unique features I have been divinely assigned at birth. And I think I'm going to turn off my little fan because it is quite warm where I am. So I'm going to turn this off so we can hear a little bit better. Yeah, let's just turn it off. And I'm actually enjoying a meal of mangoes because we are in mango season. My favorite food, which is mango season. Favorite time of the year, wait, all year round. So I share some of my journey of radical self-acceptance, what that looks like for me, celebrating, being creative with the fine, kinky, cottony textured hair that I have. I'm not putting any oil in my hair. I'm not putting any products. Someone recommended, they didn't use a complete sentence, but they recommended I use Dawn dish detergent. But I'm not feeling a whole lot of chemicals, particularly those that cause cancer. Health is very, very important to me. And I've got a load of strings in my teeth. Excuse me. Let me eat this mango. So we're going to chat about that. There are 3 lifestyle practices that I encourage on this channel, my little Afro flower lifestyle practices that anyone can use. They are the cornerstone. They're the foundation of my lifestyle, a simple, natural lifestyle. And they are peaceful consumption, aka food that demonstrates that it loves you back, a daily personal movement practice, and garden therapy. These 3 leverage lifestyle practices will serve you until your hair is white. And so that's how we want to get down over here. So if you're interested in that type of content, please feel free to peruse the channel. And I'll share with you some of my journey as somebody with very fine cottony hair. I have a couple of challenges. I love whole, fresh living foods as a lifestyle, which is this, I think this is year 13. And I love ways of life that are sustainable, easy, within my budget. No matter where I land on the planet in my travels, I can take my lifestyle with me. So I've taken those things off the table so I don't have to keep coming back to make the decision to go natural, to start exercising, to start a garden, wherever I plop at on the planet, wherever I land. This is my lifestyle. So this is what's going on now. I did wash my hair. It's barely damp. So I washed it again. I used to wash it a lot more often, rinse it a lot more often, but I just washed it again and let it dry. And so I'm just feeling it. I like to feel my hair and my scalp. My scalp is really, really healthy. I can still see the areas where it's more than likely I'm going to cut it or trim it, or let's let it break off. It occurred to me recently that I don't really think about my hair that much, which is great. So I was just making a bun the other day, maybe it was yesterday or so, and I realized, oh wow, my bun has a little size on it. So this may not be a big deal to some people, though. For someone with very fine hair that shrinks a lot, that you don't see length quickly, high shrinkage. If I was to cornrow it, you'd be seeing my whole scalp hair. This is hair that really does not like to be messed with. I would say this is low to almost like no manipulation hair. And it's very easy, I think, for me to lose my hairline, my eyelashes, my eyebrows. So I think I want to preserve them and keep them on my head a while longer. So my hair feels really clean and light and fluffy, which is great if you have very fine, kinky hair. So I would like to think that I'm not affected. For the most part, I'm not affected, but I am. I'm not, I'm human, right? And so sometimes we can still be affected by the things that are coming at us at lightning speed from the time we turn on these screens. So every now and then, it's not so much, I've accepted what my hair looks like. I like what it looks like. I can see what it looks like mature. All of my locks are super duper. I mean, they're really flat. So now that it has some length, you can see it actually feels really nice. I'm clean. It doesn't feel stripped at all because I used a really good quality shampoo. And that's it. So I can see my hairline looks like, I've spoken before about retraining my eyes to really enjoy and appreciate my own hair and skin. So I find myself with a smile on my face when I look at my own hair and my skin in the mirror. And that's something that I've conscientiously cultivated over the years. So it smells really nice, smells clean. My scalp feels clean. I exercise a lot every day. So I sweat. Though, because I don't have any oil, and again, I just separated these a while ago, but you can see it joins together. Now, that's not my issue in terms of it locking. It locks very quickly. So I can pull it apart. But a lot of times I'm just not thinking about that. And I find that not not popping them and leaving them alone, the fluffiness, the light airiness works for me. Now, where the hair attack comes in, I'm calling it a hair attack. Every now and then, you may not realize the amount of consumption that you've taken in from watching all the different channels, and I can look at all kind of channels, even though I am curating, cutting down on what I'm watching on social media. Though watching all the beautiful twisted styles and people were doing this and that creatively, in particular, not so much the styles, right? Because a lot of styles just don't work for my hair. So I've accepted that. I'm in the space of radical self-acceptance. Though I have an interesting color here, and I'm in a very warm area, and my hair gets bleached by the sun. So sometimes it can start to get like a blondish hue or brown, gray. It just looks interesting colors, and it's quite clean. I don't get much buildup because I don't put any oils in it. I will say quite often, I can't say that right now, this period, I've been sleeping regularly with a cover on my head. I do find that putting something silky, and I have silky pillow covers, but a lot of times I'm just moving fast. I do think that makes a big difference in the texture of your hair, especially if you don't want to add oils to your hair. Though the color of my hair, as it starts to look bleached, right? It's just an interesting color. So I had a thought of putting oil in my hair. Now I know better. For me, the oil, when I've used it before, and this is what I call a hair attack. Your suggestions are being made. You're taking in suggestions to your subconscious. And you may not even realize it makes you feel a way, like almost dissatisfied with your hair, what it looks like, and you want it to look another way. Nothing wrong with cleanliness, nothing wrong with creativity. Though I'm very clear on what my hair does and how it behaves, right? And I'm still observing it. Though I was paying attention to my internal dialogue and the tone of how it felt. And it reminded me just a little bit of how I used to feel with this texture hair, trying to get it to go into ponytails, like a real struggle bus ponytail, or trying to, I remember using lots of gel to slick it down. As you can see, my hair grows away from the lock. So if I was trying to join, this would be a lot of pulling on my hairline. This would likely destroy my hairline if I was trying to twist all of these into locks. So when I say radical self-acceptance, that or flat, this would be a Congo for me. That would be a Congo Nati. It grows away from the scalp. It's a lot of radical self-acceptance going on here. I practice finding styles that complement my particular hair, especially as I'm not going to fight to lay the hair down. If I pull it back, this is what you see. So I find ways to manipulate and work with my own hair. And I would say that's I don't know if I want to call it relaxation, meditation, but it's a sitting with yourself. and calming yourself down. It's that radical self-acceptance breathing, like, this is what I have. This is what it is that I'm working with. Of course, I could go to the store and I can get all kind of gel. That would be another hair attack. I need to make it look like this and I need to make it look like that. But I already know what that leads to. And I'm not making it wrong if that's what other people will do. That's what I'm doing. I find that those hair attacks, it's a subtle note of insecurity, right? And it's born more being concerned about what other people are going to have to say about my hair or my style. So countering that, what that looks like for me is literally finding things that complement my style. So it kind of grows away from the lock, but eventually it grows into the lock. So I don't sweat that. I've seen all kind of videos where people are desperately or anxiously trying to get the hair that's growing away from the lock to go into the lock. But eventually, if we just relax, it all kind of goes where it's supposed to eventually. So it's growing away from the lock. It's fine. It's flat. You know, if I went by what's common on the internet, I'd be freaking out and trying all kinds of things. And I'd be back at square one where I was as a young lady, not really understanding what my hair has capacity to do and celebrating it. I don't often get to see what the rear part of my hair looks like. So I do have to be cautious because I love to wear my hair in two because I exercise a lot. Though I do know with my hair, you kind of train in the hair and it's already fine. Maybe it's about 30 locks. That conscientiously sometimes I have to not wear those two ponytails so I don't continue to train my hair this way. I was just looking at my scalp. It looks really healthy. I will say that with the no oils, one of the best benefits of having no oils is that I don't get dandruff at all. I don't really get, it's rare for me to get any kind of buildup and very, very minimal. Because the scalp is clean, I don't have a lot of flakes that are going into the scalp. I don't get the buildup. The degree of buildup that most people have is virtually minimal. If anything, sometimes just the tips of my hair will get a teeny tiny bit of lint that is really manageable, but mostly nothing because I'm not putting in anything in the hair for it to stick. Putting the oil on used to feel really good initially, but I know it's just a matter of time before the hair starts to feel very stiff. I think this is especially with very, very fine hair, right? And it's already flat, so I don't need some stiff locks. These are very, very pliable, spongy, and flexible, right? They will go flat. That's just the nature of my hair because it's not so much thick volume, right? Though the trade-off here is that my locks will grow wide, right, and flat. So these are just the characteristics of my hair. I mean, some of them just get like flat. Like it's super flat. And so I'm okay with that. I actually I've grown to like, I really like it. It's a unique characteristic of my hair. So I haven't been thinking about it. I realize it's grown. Every now and then I'm tempted to just take the scissors and just cut, but a lot of times I leave it alone. Sometimes I think, should I repair it? But this is so fine down here. What would be the sense in repairing something that's fallen off? So sometimes I trim it off. I don't feel so concerned about length because I like the fluffiness of the hair and what it does. So the hair attack is that feeling like, oh, I gotta go run to the beauty supply store or the pharmacy and get some more products to make my hair do something. I find it creates anxiety. It creates an anxiety, and I actually have found that no products and embracing the texture that I have, once I get through that hair attack, right, that old internal dialogue and the concern about other people on social media, what other people are going to think, I actually find that this contributes to calm and peace because this is what it is. This is what the hair does. I can see now what my hair looks like now that it is mature. And now it's okay. It's fine. Right? I don't know, most people, I've had numerous people ask me, how do we get rid of flat locks? Well, I'm not trying to get rid of the flat locks because this is what the hair does. I've even considered letting them grow because it grows together very quickly. So if I move some of these, you'll see the rest of it is moving. But I don't really even think about popping it so much. I can put my hands on my scalp. It feels really good to massage it. It's super duper clean. And I do consider sometimes what would happen if I let them join even more. So I found letting them, here's a Congo. This was like 4 locks. That's what I'm saying. It's not very dense. So I can see what it's going to look like when it matures. And I found that I would have loved sister locks, but I would never sit down that long for it. I just don't have it to sit down in a chair for that long. It's too much for me. Though I feel like with my very fine hair, that's too delicate. So letting them combine, I wasn't sure what it's going to look like, but now I've seen that it's giving my hair like a firm, a foundation, and that feels better. Like I can hold on to the hair that I have longer. So it's about 30, maybe 31 locks. It feels super clean. Most of the time, I'll just use some water. Water, tea, the sage, rosemary, and lavender in my garden. I do love to work with the nopales and the aloe. Those two. Periodically, I will make a water. That feels really, really nice in my hair. Sometimes I can give it a little bit of a cast, barely a cast, but it rinses away and my hair feels really balanced and normalized with the nopales, which is a video on this channel, with the nopales and with the aloe. It's got to be very, very careful to, let's say, for example, the aloe nopales, to strain it really well. So when it dries, it doesn't look like you have dandruff flakes in your hair. But the biggest thing is my scalp feels so great. I have no issues. Like, I know I was raised with greasing your scalp, oiling your scalp. I do eat a lot of good fats from living foods, avocado, aguacate, lentejas, lentils, coconut, fresh pressed coconut cream. So I eat a pretty good amount of fats, natural fats. I currently don't use any oil in my food. I don't need to. I use sprouted nuts and seeds because I love living foods. And because I exercise a lot, I think I make the effort to eat a lot of living water and stay hydrated. I feel that I circulate a lot of my nutrition better throughout my body from moving, jumping up and down, and staying very hydrated. So there have been some long periods of time where I didn't use any shampoo. I've done it several times, and I can start to see and feel the sebum from the scalp that starts to come out onto my hair. It's already brown, and I start to get a little bit of like a little grayish cast. So not dirty. Sometimes I've let it go for a long period of time to see how that would coat my hair as a natural conditioner. Though greetings, Dora. Though it coats the hair, it feels nice. It can feel a little bit, a little waxy, the natural sebum. So it doesn't spread down the length of my hair as it would with our vanilla counterparts. It can get a little part in your hair, but it mostly gives you a gray cast that can look like the hair is dirty. It feels like a waxy substance. So I've gone several stints of going a long time to not use shampoo and just sometimes it gets really hot. Rinse it quite often, every now and then, every day or every other day with water, and just to smooth the sebum on the hair to see how it will coat the hair. It feels nice. This feels pretty nice too. I have to tell you, using good quality shampoos with the no phthalates, no sulfates, no parabens, no dyes, it really does make a difference. It really does make a difference. I don't have the additional buildup because I'm not putting a whole bunch of oils in my hair, so I don't worry about that. I'm rinsing it thoroughly. I would say this time I rinsed my hair. I took an extra step in the shower. I put a bowl in there. I rinsed it. I have low water pressure here. And then when I finished rinsing it, I filled the bowl with water and dip my hair inside of it to squish it out more to make sure I'm really giving a thorough rinse, because you can get buildup from shampoos inside of your locks. So I'm not interested in any of the buildup. I find that the fluffiness is lends itself to just not having stuff inside the hair, which is a good benefit if you have very, very fine hair. So this might be a really great option for those of you that might be thinking down the line, maybe you might forecast to see that it might be challenging for you to hold on to your hair, or maybe it's thinning, or it's just fine, or not as many follicles on your head. So my hair is low to no manipulation. It just does not like to be handled. So this is what we're rocking with, and it's so freeing to not have to do anything. I am not sweating this hair at all. And I tell you, I think when it comes to an easy lifestyle, I would say that this hair promotes mental emotional stability, because the radical is self-acceptance. You may have the hair attack, right? Or the skin attack, right? The skin attack would be like, oh my gosh, I need to put on some mascara. Now, I'm not anti-makeup, though I do enjoy my own skin. You have the need. I have to put makeup on, to cover the natural shading from the camera and the lights, right? I have to put it on. I don't know. It doesn't resonate with me. I get it, presentation, dealing with clients and all the other stuff. But however, I come first. Me feeling comfortable in my own hair and skin comes first. That gives me a tremendous amount of comfort, right? Setting the standards from making my own little style with my dresses, having your own style and being comfortable is very, very important to me. I like style. I like fashion, though not at the expense of my mental, emotional stability. And I really don't want it to be at the expense of my bank account. I want to be free and easy to fall asleep on my hair. I just did a retreat, which was absolutely phenomenal. I'm sharing some of the pictures here and on Body-Culinary on Instagram and TikTok. And when it comes to the garden, exercise and adventure, that's when this hair really shows up and shows out, because I was going through caves and canoes, doing all kinds of adventure. And so sometimes it just rained out of nowhere in a tropical environment, and I could just keep it stepping. The hair just dried naturally, no scent. I mean, like, there are so many times I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for this hair. I can't imagine having to cater to so many people and prepare so much food, and then have to be worrying about styling my hair. It's hot. I'm sweating it out. The inconvenience doesn't do it for me. Maybe inconvenience if it was the workout, and even there, I can get a fantastic movement practice, aka workout in my own house. So that's sustainable over the long haul. My skin, oh gosh, I used to have so much acne and whiteheads and blackheads. Not so much, more whiteheads than blackheads, right? Maybe I used to have a little on my nose. But eating whole, fresh, living foods, not a concern. Not a concern. I've taken so much off the table that it's just like an exhale. It lends itself to emotional stability, to calm, to peace, to prioritizing what's important. You want to know what's important? Mango mukbang. So I've had well over 10 varieties of mangoes. This is my favorite. This is super perfumey. This is not the apple mango. And then if you've ever had this one is very, very green. Look, we segue into the food. This one is very green on the outside, but it's usually really orange on the inside. See, I'd rather spend my time with the food or playing with my bunnies or in the garden or exercising or doing something creative. So this is what we're spending the time on, right? And then we'll have some greens. So I'm just chillaxed. I'm not worried about it because it's natural food. Oh my God. That's how I want to spend my time. High water content, great for my skin. I can turn off this camera and just spread this mango all over my face. I do put food on my face. And it's wonderful being non-apologetic to your own ego. Like, this is what it is. This is what we're doing. It feels good. It feels good not to be dependent on products. So today my skin is featuring shea butter on my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Some people ask me how I get my eyelashes to grow. Shea butter. And the foods that I'm eating on the inside. And then it's exercise, circulation and not being dried out from having a plate. Then you move the plate aside and all you see is oil and salt and food that's dried out. So I think I'm just thinking like my grandmother, right? I don't want to be dependent on these things if I can't get to them where I feel a state of panic and I'm having a hair skin attack. My ego, I'm feeling insecure. Where did the insecurities come from? What did we do before we had mirrors, before we went to school to start to socialize with other folks? So let me know. Have you ever had a hair attack? You feel like anxiety. I have to do something. Not making it wrong. I have to die. I need something different. Like, I like to listen to the undertones, this dissatisfaction I think there's a distinction between the desire to be creative and a general dissatisfaction with what it is that we've got. The shape of our glutes and our breasts, which, by the way, if you want everything with tone, that's just regular, consistent strength training. By the way, you can join me 5 a.m. We have a workout every morning, Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. workout. On Fridays, there's a community class, which is sliding scale by donation. So join me. If it has anything to do with fresh fruits and vegetables, a movement practice, and garden therapy, then I'm here for it. Otherwise, those are the places you can find me. So hoping that you are creating a great day on purpose, that you enjoy the rest of your evening and go into a deep, rejuvenative rest this evening. You can turn off these screens and go into a deep rest where your body can repair itself with the whole fresh living nutrition that you've given. Have sweet dreams. I hope you enjoy your evening meal, and I will see you soon. Like, comment respectfully, and subscribe. We deserve to feel comfortable in our own hair and skin. See you soon. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. Share with somebody.